Hi, I'm Dr. Shine.
Our Faith in Action. Today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul takes you to Detroit, where you'll see how a trip to the dentist's office brings smiles instead of worry.
We just gotta be even stronger. If you're strong, then you make me strong.
Then join us on a home visit in Des Moines as Vincentians provide comfort and assistance to their neighbors in need. And a warm meal, laundry facilities, and access to showers are helping the Society of St. Vincent de Paul transform lives in Baltimore. These stories are just some examples of the good works of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul across the United States.
Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul.
Sitting high above the Detroit River is the Ambassador Bridge, which connects Canada and Detroit, home to the Society of St. Vincent de Paul for more than 130 years and serving over 300,000 families in Southeast Michigan. Welcome to Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul. I'm Paul Boron. Basic dental care is a luxury someone struggling to make ends meet sometimes simply cannot afford. In our first story, Michelle Wargo gives us a closer look at how St. Vincent de Paul here in Detroit is performing dental procedures that oftentimes are life-saving and life-changing.
Oh, years of pain, misery, a lot of tooth problems, a lot of repairs through the years, a lot of dentists, a lot of bad dentists.
Christopher Robinson has lived with bad teeth for years. Made even worse when his oldest daughter accidentally kicked him in the mouth while swimming.
Well, since then, it's been years, and I had nothing up front, and just it's been terrible. All the misconceptions and the things that people think are wrong with you.
Dental insurance was a luxury this family of 5 simply could not afford on Christopher's salary. His wife, Rebecca, is a stay-at-home mom who raises their children.
When you're struggling and you've got your basic insurance, but it doesn't come with vision or dental, it gets sacrificed.
Thankfully, the Robinson family learned about Society of St. Vincent de Paul Detroit's dental clinic that provides underserved residents access to affordable, often cost-free basic dental care, with the added Vincentian touch of care provided with dignity.
Come on in, come sit down.
Our dental clinic is a great example of this one-on-one personal contact. And not only are people being served, but the people who are doing the serving also benefit and are influenced by the encounter.
Monsignor Chuck Kosanke, longtime spiritual advisor for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul Detroit, sees how Vincentians and volunteers live their faith and help change lives inside this dental clinic every day.
It's not just about fixing teeth. Some people think, oh great, that's great that they have a free dental clinic. Fixing people's teeth, that's a great thing. But it's much more than that. Because when your teeth are fixed, then you smile. When your teeth are fixed, it helps your diet. When your teeth are fixed, it helps your relationship with other people. It maybe even point to getting a job.
Monsignor Kosanke believes the Vincentian spirit thrives during every patient visit.
It goes back to the personal encounter, which is a hallmark of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. And because of that personal encounter, it's really concretely seeing that this is a human person in need. It's not just a number. It's just not about how many people we can help even, but each person that's helped. And it's all about that. It goes back to that encounter.
Vincentian Lorenz Danhausen with the Holy Trinity Conference in Port Huron, Michigan, says the people he sees simply can't afford basic dental care.
None of the people that I've met, were in a position to pay for this service if it were to be at a regular dentist. There's no way.
Lorenz says having this dental clinic available is something he keeps in mind during home visits. It's become a valuable resource for people who otherwise would struggle to afford dental care.
It changed them. They had a smile, they had self-confidence, they have an image, they fit better into our society and the workforce. So for this clinic to be here to service the people that it has for the number of years it has is the best thing that could happen to Detroit.
Dr. Wendy Shine, a retired dentist, knew she could put her skills and talents to work helping people in need right in her community.
If I'm here, I'm getting people back into the world, back into the workplace, back into society, back functional, back into their family pictures. And I can't think of a better way to use all my experience from all the years I was a dentist in practice to still being a dentist, just using it in a different way.
It's stories like these, when the society provides comfort to those members of the community who are so often overlooked, that inspires Dental Director Nancy Harmon.
We see men, we see women, we see young people, we see older people, we see, I use the term broken, people who are broken and they just need someone to listen to them, somebody to help them to get to the next place.
Nancy knew of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul Detroit and its dental clinic through her work with another nonprofit and felt she had to be a part of this special ministry.
One of the places I could refer them to was St. Vincent de Paul. And I thought, wow, they are so great. You know, there weren't many places we could refer people to. And I thought, I want to do something great for St. Vincent de Paul. And then I get to come. And that was just so wonderful that I get to be part of this.
Which brings us back to the Robinson family. St. Vincent de Paul Detroit Dental Clinic doctors went right to work. Christopher endured several tooth extractions and weeks of pain.
I had 9 removed from the top. Everything back here, 2 giant molars that were all brand new crowns I just had put on like 3 years ago.
The Robinsons' daughters, Dharma and Neva, say most of their childhood memories are of a father whose self-esteem suffered because of his bad teeth.
His teeth were kind of gross, nasty, broken up. He would just go like this and hide them all the time.
He never had the confidence, so whenever we wanted to go out or go to somebody's house or just hang out with anybody, he didn't want to go. He never wanted to go anywhere. He would never smile.
I have never seen my father with teeth in my life.
Oh my gosh. I praise this place everywhere I go, every person I see.
Inspired by her husband's story, Rebecca reached out to St. Vincent de Paul Detroit too, a decision that changed her health.
When we came here, they had to do a blood pressure test, and mine was through the roof.
That high blood pressure reading would lead to a far more serious diagnosis than a possible cavity needing to be filled.
And because of that, I inadvertently had learned from that I had diabetes.
We know now that people that have oral infections, for instance, their blood sugar is very difficult to control when they have diabetes. And their internist may be tripling their insulin dosage. And in the meantime, we're in here saying, yeah, you've got bad teeth and perio disease. Let's take care of that. We can get their diabetes under control.
Now, Rebecca is working to improve her diet and get healthy, all because of a trip to the dentist.
I can't express how much gratitude I have for these people, and for them to volunteer their time and their talent and their efforts is just, it's a blessing. I mean, Heavenly Father is definitely, I feel his presence with these people and their generosity, because without them, a lot of us wouldn't have these stories.
You will never change people's lives more in 1 hour than the hour you spend here with people that really need and appreciate what we do for them.
Every one of them, they've always told me that they appreciate what St. Vincent de Paul did for them.
All Vincentians, they touch one person, they touch that person's family and all the people around that person. Every day we save lives, and we love to say that.
It's not just an organization you donate money to. It's not just an organization that you send clothes and food to. But again, it's trying to bring the love of Jesus to the people in the community.
I tell everybody that this place, if you're in need and you qualify, this is where to go. It truly is. I mean, these guys do miracles here.
Miracles both large and small, one person at a time. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Michelle Wargo.
Thanks, Michelle. You know, the dental team at the Society of St. Vincent de Paul here in Detroit serves over 2,000 patients annually, and that represents 150 zip codes throughout Southeast Michigan. Now, just ahead, visiting people in their homes. It's something that makes the Society of St. Vincent de Paul truly unique.
Vincentians grow closer to God through working face-to-face with the poor. The Society of St. Vincent de Paul offers the chance to live your faith, grow spiritually, and develop Christian friendships while serving those in need. Through person-to-person service, food pantries, mentoring, advocacy, and more, the Society helps people move out of poverty to self-sufficiency. You can learn more at www.svdpusa.org.
This beautiful mural is located inside St. Vincent de Paul headquarters in Detroit, but was originally on display in Spring Lake, Michigan at a retreat run by Vincentian priests. Before, it was donated here. Vincentians regularly visit people where they are. The Society of St. Vincent de Paul is known for the home visit. With the permission of the lady you are about to meet, you will see how that person-to-person interaction provides compassion and comfort. Sharon Dennis has that story from Des Moines.
The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Vincentians Karen Fermaro and Dan Verhassel pray together as this home visit experience begins at the Society of St. Vincent de Paul offices in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, pretty much always give peanut butter, and usually there's some jelly with it. And then the vegetables are here. Probably with kids they might want this.
It's like macaroni and cheese.
Let's give them a couple of those. Well, we can give them one of these too.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I think we're set.
Karen and Dan prepare bags of food to deliver to their neighbor in need, hopeful they'll be able to help in some meaningful way.
Makes you feel good deep inside once you have visited with them, when they're sincere and they need help, and you can help them.
Well, sometimes there's a fear because you're not comfortable with, people have problems, serious problems, and they're just ordinary people trying to make a living, trying to get by, and for whatever reason, they're in the situation they are. And so if you can go help somebody like that, and I don't think we've been on a home visit yet when we couldn't do something. I mean, even just listening is a help, but you can always get some food for the table.
Manuela greets the Vincentians and welcomes them into her home. Before long, she's opening up to people she knows care about her and her family.
It's my 2 kids, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? And it's tough. Sorry, but it's kind of touching. But like I said, I have faith in everything that things will come to normal as soon.
While Manuela stays at home to take care of 2 young children, her husband works in construction. Sometimes it's not enough to make ends meet, and they fear they may end up losing their home. Manuela's strong faith in God and in her husband carry her through challenging times.
Like, I have faith in God. One of these days, me and you will be strong and, actually have the strength to get over this. We just gotta be even stronger. If you're strong, then you make me strong. And if you go weak, I go weak. That's his words, and I'm like, yes, and you're definitely right.
Father John Bertoli, spiritual advisor of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in Des Moines, quotes St. Vincent de Paul while speaking of the reassurance that often comes during a home visit.
If God is the center of your life, no words are necessary. Your mere presence will touch hearts. Well, how does that affect a home visit? Just taking the time to be physically present, to have a listening ear, offering, once again, whatever support and encouragement we can to people who are in need. It's not so much about words. It's the quality of presence, a ministry of presence, just being there, being available, offering what we can to be the face of Jesus to the people who come to us in need.
The good thing about this visit was it seemed like there was a lot of things we could do to help her right away.
That means more assistance than simply the bags of groceries they brought on this home visit. The Vincentians quickly connected Manuela to the Society's Tom Verlick Education Center, so Manuela can begin working to earn her high school diploma. They want to make it as easy as possible for her to succeed.
She was concerned about having the 2 children. We have daycare, and they'd be welcome to bring those along. And it's also in the evening, which seemed like that would be better for her because it's her husband works during the day and has the car, so maybe that would work out.
And she seemed very appreciative of what we were suggesting to her, and you know, the way we're trying to help her.
It's the best feeling ever, having someone different than you have never had in your life come talk to you about your personal needs or, you know, personal stuff you're going through. They're just amazing. Like, I can sit here and talk to them and just have a great conversation with them. They seem nice, you know, nice to have here, telling them my stories.
She said just talking to us made her feel better, which I had never heard anybody say that before, so I can understand how that would help you, just having know there's people out there that's willing to help you.
Father Bertoli says there are so many helpful organizations in every community. It's the home visit, though, that really sets the society apart from others.
And they really begin to question, you know, what is Christianity about? Where is God in the midst of all of this difficulty? Why aren't things coming together? And so anything we can do just to offer hope and encouragement is just essential to getting those people back on their feet. And again, getting them to a sense that, yes, they're still made in God's image and likeness.
Karen and Dan say they've seen time and time again the face of Christ in the people they visit, and know they've grown spiritually through their service to those in need.
I pray a lot more now than I ever did before. I guess that's the main thing.
And I would say don't hesitate to go, because they're just, you know, they're just a person like yourself, and you can help them. And I'd say the key thing to being successful at helping is when you go to someone's house, don't judge. You don't judge. You know, they ended up in this situation. It's not their fault, and it's not our place to make blame on anybody. So I would definitely advise, you know, to go there with an open mind.
When we see people in those situations that are really down and really, really out, many times, at least in my situation, it makes me so much more grateful, not only for what the Lord has given to me, but also to say, Lord, in gratitude, thank you for this. Now let me share what I've been given so much by you to those who come in whatever need it may be.
Manuela is grateful for the opportunity to make new friends.
Like, I'm so thankful for everything. I mean, for actually, you know, having this conversation as me feeling free, you know, telling me my situation is just so nice. I feel confident in what I'm doing. It's touching and it's nice.
Seeing the face of Jesus Christ in the poor, in the marginalized, in those who come in any kind of need, that's what being a Vincentian is all about. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Sharon Dennis.
During that visit, Vincentians learned that Manuela wanted to earn her high school degree, and they put her in contact with the Verlick Education Center, which is run by the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in Des Moines. Now, coming up next, we head east, where people are getting back on their feet, one hot meal and one helping hand at a time.
Hundreds of people are treated as guests here at Beans and Bread in Baltimore. A delicious meal is just the entry point to a wide array of services that help the homeless and those struggling in poverty. I'm Trey Strelko with the story just ahead on Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul.
Well, when I first joined the society, I thought we were just a bunch of Catholics helping poor people. And that was okay. But then when I went to invitation to Renewal, I discovered that being a Vincentian is actually a vocation. That God calls us to this work. And that made all the difference. I decided I need to be responsible for my own spiritual growth. And I want to be a great saint, but I want to help other people be great saints too.
Historic St. Vincent DePaul Catholic Church here in Pontiac, Michigan, just outside Detroit, was established in 1851. Vincentian members of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul embrace God's love by embracing all works of charity and justice. As Trace Trocco shows us in Beans and Bread in Baltimore, it's more than just a catchy name. It's providing vital services for the hungry and the homeless.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Coffee? Sweet, low sugar?
On an otherwise ordinary Tuesday, what looks like an otherwise ordinary lunch is in fact a welcome respite from the outdoors for Malika Williams, a Baltimore woman who's homeless.
Living from different place to different places, in and out of emergency rooms, outside, in tents, anywhere I could possibly lay my head without being harmed.
Malika's parents passed away when she was just a child, and she and her siblings bounced around from home to home before ending up without one of their own. That's been her life these past couple of years as she struggled with seizures and other medical issues, making it very difficult to hold on to a full-time job.
It's extremely stressful. I think that's where a lot of my sicknesses come from, because I'm not always in a safe place, like when I've slept on bus stops or abandonments, because I had nowhere else to go. This is not safe, nor is it healthy.
Enter Beans and Bread, a special work of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Baltimore. Its one-stop location provides showers, meals, and a wide array of resources to get people like Malika back on their feet.
I'm without a home. That's it. As far as my personal hygiene and my dressing and things like that, a lot of people are out here with a mental condition to where they feel as though their hygiene is not important anymore. So I believe there's places like this where you can come shower and brush your teeth and fix yourself up. There's places that give out clothes and stuff like that where you don't have to look like what you're going through. And I try to dress for success.
Vincentian Pauline Manalo, the Baltimore Council president, says it's individual attention, the person-to-person service, that's a key aspect of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul's work in the community.
And with the Vincentian charism, as St. Vincent de Paul said, service without reflection is simply work. So, it's important that we as a conference and we as Vincentians reflect on the encounter, meeting with the people who seek our assistance, to see Christ in the person that we're trying to assist.
And the people providing assistance may be the only sign of Jesus some folks have seen in a while, or ever.
It's not uncommon that, that we would have our neighbor in need, after extending assistance to them and, working with them, suddenly ask, what time do you have Mass in the church, or what time are your services in the church? So they ask for a Bible. So, you never know when, you've planted that seed of, on them, to try to get to know Jesus themselves.
Today our menu is pizza casserole and corn.
Serving people with dignity and respect inspires Catholic volunteers Phyllis Keehan and Haley Knott.
But you have to be gracious to them. They're people. They're just down on their luck, and they're just in need of a little bit of help.
I love interacting with the people. Sometimes we have little conversations. It's really nice. It's nice to know that you're making a difference in their life.
Inside Career Connections here at the Beans and Bread Center, computers are provided so that folks can look for work and apply for jobs. For Derry Whitaker, persistence paid off.
Come in, get on the computer, I look up jobs.
It's been a long road back to stability and self-sufficiency for Derry Whitaker.
October 22nd, 2013, I lost my wife, and it took me in different directions. Believe it or not, I ended up being homeless.
Derry lost his job and with no income, ended up losing his car and his home. His situation was spiraling out of control. That's when he turned to Beans and Bread to get his life going in the right direction.
I was staying in a shelter, but I also got some, food from here, resources, I've talked to people about my situation.
Thanks to the resources at Beans and Bread, he has a job now too.
It makes me feel great. It's an uplifting thing. It's another step, another level for me.
Derry has been saving up for a deposit and hopes to be able to move into an apartment soon, something he owes to the people of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Baltimore.
It says that they're very good people. You know, they're willing to open up their hearts, their hands, their time. You know, they're dedicated to people.
For the first time in a long time, Malika has hope too.
This is the first place I've came and actually gotten what I've actually been looking for, which is someone to help me help myself.
Helping Malika and others help themselves has proven to be a blessing to those who serve at Beans and Bread.
I have been blessed in my life. God has been so good to me. And so I need to give back to somebody else, to say thank you for all the graces that He's given me.
It definitely makes me want to do more work like this and pray for people more like this.
You know, it's so easy with the work that we do, especially when we get so busy, to forget that, that what we are about is really, our own spiritual growth. So in many ways, it actually has helped me, hopefully grow spiritually, because I have a deeper sense of the presence of Jesus in my life.
While it has not been easy, Derry and Malika are determined to overcome their obstacles.
I am grateful. This is a blessing, but I believe that God has a plan, and with this plan, all things is possible. If He says it, so shall it be.
It was St. Vincent de Paul, the patron saint of the poor, who said, quote, "May our presence and care to those most in need reflect the gentleness, esteem, and dignity we see reflected in the life and work of Jesus." For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Trace Strolka.
Thanks, Trace. The folks at Beans and Bread are lifting people out of poverty by focusing on 4 key areas: housing, employment, health, and recovery. Vincentians are living their faith and making a difference in people's lives every day and in so many ways, whether it's here in Detroit or across our country. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Paul Boron.